Hello loves, welcome to Lean and Clean with Fitness Chef Christine. I'm Christine, your host, and I spent many years coaching women from perimenopause to postmenopause, talking about their struggles and their wins and everything in between. So let me ask you something. What is holding you back from achieving your goals? All right, we're coming into a new year. It's time to determine how we're going to finally get to those goals. This is something I struggled with practically my whole life. If you've never heard of me, rest assured, I have been on the weight struggle, up, down, and every which direction my whole life. Starting at a very young age, I went to Weight Watchers, I went to Diet Workshop, I did all the trendy exercises, I had my little Jane Fonda DVDs, I went to the Jazzercise, I joined gymnastics, I did everything I could possibly think of, skiing and cross-country skiing, and nothing ever seemed to stick. But my desire was the same. I wanted to look like everybody else. I didn't want to be the chubby girl. I didn't want to be the chubby girl in college or the woman at the office that couldn't wear the sleek clothes. I also had a burning passion to cook and bake all the time. So I went back to school for culinary. That only exacerbated the problem because I love food and I love to create these good things. And so the journey of ups and downs continued until I hit perimenopause and I decided, okay, enough is enough. The weight kept piling on and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I started down the journey of tracking macros and really starting to strength train. And lo and behold, things started to happen, things started to change. Having a little bit less carbs and having a little bit more nutritious meals, nutrient-dense meals really did the trick. It was great until my hormones once again went crazy and I started down the menopausal path or the postmenopausal path. And I started doing HRT and that was great. It helped all my hot flashes and it helped my night sweats and it helped all that stuff. But once again, I found the weight creeping up and panic starts to set in because this is the trend, right? You've lost and gained and lost and you start to think, oh my gosh, here it comes again. And then started some other health issues, which led me, as I've talked in previous episodes about my journey towards keto carnivore. And it's been great. It got off the excess weight that I was looking for and I've started to feel a lot better, still dealing with neuropathy. But my question to you is, what is holding you back? I'm like a little scientist. I research and check it out and take classes and research and check it out and double check. But all that is not any good if you're not taking action. The magic is in the action. So I want you to do it. I belong to the group, do the thing. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to do the thing. I want you to take action. I have a new group. It's a 30-day Keto Carnivore Boost. And I just continually talk about, give it a shot, try. Now listen, I am a firm believer that not every nutrition protocol is for everybody. I do think that eating the way our ancestors ate and eating a more natural diet of foods that have one ingredient is going to be the best way to go. I absolutely 100% believe that. However, everybody has the capacity to choose for themselves how they want to do this, how they want to eat. Tracking your macros absolutely works. There's no doubt about it. But it can lead to frustration because the results can vary. Every macro tracker you use gives you different results. It's been so much easier to let go of all that and stop tracking everything and really just concentrate on having those whole foods. And for me, that's mostly meat, beef, chicken, fish, eggs, healthy fats like grass-fed butter, olive oil, coconut oil. Just keep it very simple, having the same meals all the time. Now, as the chef in me wants to continue, and I still teach cooking classes and baking classes. I make sourdough every single day. So there's a part of me that really wants to continue with that, and I do, but it's just not good for my body, so I'm not gonna do that to myself. So again, I'll ask you, what is holding you back? Is it fear of failure because you failed many times? Yeah, I do too, but you can overcome that, right? With action, you can overcome it. Don't overthink it, just keep taking that little action. And if you fall off the wagon, then you get back up and you make the next best decision. So you had a crap day, big deal. You get back on and you do it again. Is it maybe perfectionism? So if I can't do this perfectly, I'm just not gonna do anything. Yeah, I've been there before too. But what did that get me? That didn't move me further ahead. I'd rather you take imperfect action and just keep moving forward than just get stuck in that perfection mode. And I know that self-doubt can play into it, because if you failed a lot, then you're just constantly wondering, is it me? Am I the only one that can't ever lose weight? What is it that's gonna help me get to this goal? Or maybe it's that you don't have support. Everybody's telling you that's not the way to go. My friend Susie down the street, she does Optivia and it works great. Or my friend Judy does the meals that get delivered to her house. Whatever the person suggests. Everybody's got an idea. And let me tell you, if you do something like carnivore or keto for a long period of time, everybody's gonna have an opinion. I spent years eating half a plate of vegetables at every meal. And now I don't do that. And part of me feels like a hypocrite because I told people that's the way to eat. But at the same time, things change. And the more you know, the more you know. Is it wrong to eat that level of vegetables? No, that's not for everybody. Like I said, do I think that there's so many toxic chemicals in our food system that we really need to avoid that stuff? Yes, I do. As soon as I started having health issues and I realized what was causing my inflammation and I realized that I needed to make a change, I absolutely changed. And I've had years and years of nutrition training from all different places. I mean, from CrossFit training to just, you name it, Fit Chicks. I've done all kinds of programs. I've done menopausal studies. I've done all kinds of things. But the point is, sometimes we still need to make that change. If we're not where we want to be, it's okay to try different things. But if you give me 30 days, it's free. If you give me 30 days, I guarantee you'll have a much better sense of control on this whole process of changing your nutrition. So sometimes we need to take a step back and really identify, what are these roadblocks? Is it internal or is it external or is it both? Once you figure out where you're at with that stuff, maybe you set some small goals. Like I said, maybe you just do, okay, for 30 days, I'm gonna give this my best shot. I'm just gonna give it a shot and see how things come out. I'm gonna record in a journal how I'm feeling, how's my energy level, and I'm gonna tell you, girl, if you give up sugar, you're gonna have some headaches, okay? You're not gonna feel great because that's just how it goes. Your body needs to detox all that stuff. But I want you to keep the faith. God wants us to be healthy. I 100% believe that. God wants us to eat the way He intended, not all this processed food-like stuff, not all the junk. He wants us to eat real, whole, natural foods. Now, if you're not a believer, that's okay. I still believe that's the way you should eat, okay? Personally, my faith guides me in everything that I do, or 99% of them at least. I mean, I'm not perfect, obviously. That reins me back in and brings me back the right direction. So, here's the other thing I want you to do. My water. Here's the other thing I want you to do. Really celebrate each win. In my groups, I always ask people, what are your wins? What have you done better this week that you didn't do before that? It could be just parking further away in the parking lot and walking a little bit more that day. It could be having an extra glass of water. It could be anything. Whatever that little win is, that's what you need to do. So I have a tracker that I have on my Etsy site. It's a 2025 tracker. This is actually the 2024 tracker, but it goes over things like your top 3 goals, your to-do list, your save for tomorrow list, and your monthly goals, and all the good stuff. It's got little checklists to it because sometimes we just need those self-care reminders. So just some self-care reminders. Things like drink your water, eat your protein, get some fermented foods in there, get some personal development and some strength training, read a good book. How many times you don't make time for yourself? Do it. Maybe you just write down in there, what is the one thing that's keeping myself, that little story in your head that says I can't do it? What fear is stopping me from trying? Maybe you write yourself notes of positive affirmations. And you just remind yourself that you've overcome all kinds of hard things and you can do any goal that you set your mind to. And remind yourself that you can do all things through Christ. Right? We're told in the Bible all the time that if we give it to God and we let go of our own control, that's when things start to happen. So remind yourself that you're not alone in the journey. Not only do you have these free groups, but you also have the Lord on your side. Don't lose sight of the potential that you have inside of you, that God gave you. Now, the holidays are coming up and it might be a bit of a struggle to make a change right now. So I'm gonna extend this invitation all the way through the end of January so that we come in to 2025 feeling amazing. I'm not asking for anything in return. If you wanna buy one of my planners, that's fantastic. And if you don't, that's okay too. But I want you to know that I pray for each and every one of you that we may have a long and healthy and happy life where we can move until our old age. We can feel great about our weight, we can feel great about our energy level, and we are just as healthy as can be. So thank you for joining me. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a little thumbs up, whatever it is you've got to do, and depending on where you're listening from. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I send you lots of love and blessings. See you Wednesday.